Is it on? I think it's on. Yo, what's up, you buttercups? Welcome back to another analysis video. Today, we're talking about Machiavelli. Machiavelli was a simple guy. He was a writer who, wrote about writing things. God, I cut that out, please. Machiavelli was a writer who wrote about the ideal prince, ideal leader, if you could say. He wrote a politics type thing called The Prince, and basically it was just a story about, not really a story as much as it was more of describing the ideals of a perfect prince. The perfect prince in his eyes was somebody that was loving, somebody that was also had people were scared of, and it was kind of his ideals to spread this out through the land of this is the best king and you need to be like this king. So we'll start with Venice. Venice was actually a pretty successful area in terms with this ideals that Machiavelli had. Venice actually had a lot of things in common with his ideals, simply with also having love to the citizens, which had great stability. Most citizens were happy. Strong military. He obviously had a lot of these qualities, which makes the ideals of Machiavelli valid when it comes to Venice. Though on the other side of the coin we have England. England was not the same as Venice in the same things because unlike Venice, England was not actually very successful when it comes to the ideals. Even though England did try to become overwhelmingly fearful and everything, they lost the 100-Year War, and honestly they fell so far behind and they became unstable and people started revolting and just everything fell apart. The king was just getting torn at. But later they did get their economy back and everything, but I really just have to say I don't think that Machiavelli's ideals work with this one. Central Eastern Europe. I mean, this is kind of a confusing one. Yeah, Central Europe was kind of like a very split up area, especially because there's many different property, I guess, a lot of land to split up. But basically, to put it simply, I believe that the ideals were very good with this one, mainly because Matthias Corvinus, I believe that's how you pronounce that, was a very good leader because it was very weak until he united most of the city-states and a lot of the other areas and countries we know today and made them one area, therefore making a common wealth that made the country's economy just skyrocket, and they became very successful through that. So what do we know now? Machiavelli's ideals, we believe, according to what we were given, 2 out of the 3 were very successful because of comparing it to Machiavelli's ideals. I mean, there's England, which I guess you could say wasn't very successful with it. But then there was Venice, which Venice was very, very strong with this one and was actually very successful. Then we have Europe, and as I said, it was very successful going along with Venice. So out of the 2 of the 3, Venice and Europe going with the ideals and England not, I think it's safe to say that Venice and Europe were very successful with this. So therefore, I believe Machiavelli's ideals were true and also very helpful and very comparable to these 2 nations, and I believe his ideals were very valid, I guess you could say. So I guess that says much about it, and Machiavelli, the Prince, was a sign of the times in Europe during the Renaissance period.